takes it. Bryn Gatlin with the ball for Harbour. And we're underway at Tauranga Domain. Down as far as Joe Webber. He's taken by Page. It's there with North Harbour. And that one goes forward. Well, a sketchy start.
And we got, do they have options?
Almost a critical error from Bay of Plenty early on in the game. They've got the option here, scrum or line out. Gerard Kelly, Tuioti, found the ball in his hands with an open line almost begging in the first few seconds of the game.
Scrum's cool.
Joe Webber taken into touch as he released the ball. Just watch this. He decides to try and keep it alive. Falls into the hands of Tuioti and punched out from Mitch Carpet from behind. So
let's go, boys. Right,
they catch a break early, Bay of Plenty. Last night we had to wait about 35 minutes for the first scrum. Smithy, it's taken 30 seconds.
To wait for a lot of things last night. That breeze is actually it's intensified actually since in the last 10 minutes or so when these sides were warming up. So it really does favour North Harbour at this point.
First scrum of the game here, Luke Campbell for Bay of Plenty to feed it. It's a steady one for the Steamers too. And Campbell gets it away to Chase Tia takes on the line. Inside their own 22, the Steamers. Campbell back to Oteri Black. He sends this one downfield and he makes a clearing touch.
Yeah, solid start, good platform form at scrum time. Good carry from Tia. Just gave a nice angle for Oteri Black to relieve that pressure. Now North Harbour, let's see their intent, whether it's up front or they want to use their backs early. Short line out.
Talai throws and he finds Jacob Pearce. He's been solid this season. The lock forward off to Taramai. Huge carrier this year for North Harbour as Hall goes short side. Looking to get into their game here, the visitors. Hunt waits and he gets it. The captain takes on the Steamers D. Again, Gatlin away now to Muffy Leo.
No, play on. Bounce
Little
forward.
onto Gatlin, little dab kick through in behind the Bay of Plenty defence. Going back is Trask, and he'll have to force that one there.
22.
And they go back for the 22. Well, good endeavour from Harbour.
Yeah, it's good play. Just trying to get some momentum. One of the things they will get is they'll get strong ball carries from their forward pack. Plenty of guys who put their hand up, get them some momentum. Just got a little bit messed up at the breakdown, and so Gatlin decides to just pop it in behind. Didn't quite get the ball to bounce his way, but they'll receive it back here from the 22. So for them, a positive start. Line out looked good.
Yeah, it did look good, and there was a really good angle run by Murphy Taramai, wasn't it? It looked like he had a lot of space to work through there.
He's fine.
Trask sends it downfield, centre of the park, and it's there again for that man, Murphy Taramai. And Dixon and Carpet bring him to ground for Bay of Plenty. Hall, way again, Muffy Leo, good hands. Bryn Gatlin gets it down to Little. Little still going. They bring him down eventually. It's there for Hall. Muffy Leo, Gatlin, away to Taramai. How many carries that early on for the number 8 for Harbour? He's been busy. Gatlin again. Down the right they come through. McAley Tu'u.
Advantage not rolling.
They've got the advantage here. Man not rolling, so Harbour can chance their arm. And Gatlin does. Chips the kick through and taken by Trask, but will come back.
Yep.
Really good play from North Harbour. Well organised, great support lines, good strong carries, and Bay of Plenty forced into an infringement. And to me, Smithy look as well and truly on top of their game. And early decision to go to the corner shows their intent.
Yeah, it does. It shows that they're confident in their set piece. They've built throughout the season. Their forward pack has been quite outstanding at times. So this is a really good move. It is effectively finals footy, so you've got to win by 1 point here. But North Harbour, of course, looking for a bonus point as well. So they're going to perhaps be the more adventurous in terms of the scoreboard.
Prime opportunity for North Harbour. This has been, as Smithy said, one of their specialties this year. Pearce again, the target for Talai. And the maul is set. And it is with that man, Luteru Talai. 5 tries for the hooker this year. Can he make it 6? In such a big game, he can! Luteru Talai for Harbour. And 5 gone here at Tauranga Domain. It's Luteru Talai.
Outstanding work from a forward pack who's been very good at line-out time, and particularly the drive.
Don't change point.
And Bay of Plenty were in no position to counter. And once they were set, there was no way they could reform. And the weight of numbers, the structure, Smithy, just too good, too strong early on.
Well, it was done so quickly, Jeff. They shifted the point of impact, and Bay of Plenty had no clue exactly where the strength was coming from. And in the end, the ball carrier just had such an easy ride to get over the line. But what it did reflect is the fact that they are playing confident rugby. Kieran Kane's got them in the right mood, the right thinking, and they had no doubt about the option to go for the corner, and they're going to get 5, maybe 7 as a result of it. Excellent start.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll take it back to Bryn Gatlin as well. He was prepared to put it right in the corner. The fact that accuracy and the penalty, yep, you can go 10 metres out, but it makes it that little bit more difficult. It was bang on, 5 metres, they get set, virtually impossible to stop. That was the start they were looking for, so they can build on that. But impressive from this North Harbour team.
113 points for Bryn Gatlin this season. He leads the comp by a country mile, and he looks to add 2 more here. Through it goes. So the try to Luteru Tolai, converted by Bryn Gatlin. And coming up to 7 minutes gone at Tauranga Domain, it's North Harbour who lead Bay of Plenty 7 points to 0. Trask down to the left wing of North Harbour, and Sean Stevenson with his prodigious boot. Almost back to the Bay of Plenty 22. Huge kick from Stevenson, and fired in field to Trask. And he sends this one down to Bryn Gatlin. What does he do? He puts in a low ranging kick. And a good take in the end by Caleb Trask for Bay of Plenty. And the kicking duel continues. Looking into the sun here, Jared Page. He takes it well. And it's a penalty though, the way of Bay of Plenty. And it's obstruction.
Number 9.
Yeah, Bryn Hall has been called out for changing his line as he's retreating to get back and support. But that's a mistake that will be disappointing, because North Harbour will get a chance to launch their counter-attack. And it's a good kick to touch. Bay of Plenty will get their opportunity. Just watch here as they come back. Bryn Hall just... Yeah, that's as easy as it gets, Smithy. That's a dead giveaway.
Yeah, that's for Richard Kelly. That's like gift week in terms of being an official, isn't it? It was just right in front of him. So here's a like-for-like opportunity for Bay of Plenty. Do they trust their line out?
Eklund, he gets it in clean. Karpik has it. It bobbles back for Eklund. And he goes straight up route 1 into Luteru Tolai's opposite. Here for Campbell. Away to skip with Garland. Bay of Plenty right on the front foot here. Oteri Black Trask. He's got Narawa on the outside. Emori Narawa, or is he in touch there? No, ball in play, and it's with North Harbour. So stolen by Bill. And back now to Stevenson, who bangs it down the park over the back of Trask, and it's there for Joe Webber. So he sets off on a run, puts it right up in the air there. The Gary Owen from Webber. And Taramai's done well to take that for Harbour. So it's back on the side of the visitors. The cutout ball for Bryn Gatlin. And he and Garden bash it this year. No 2.58s have kicked more. As Tia sends this one downfield again. Goes behind Gatlin. And he's got plenty of time to square up the kick. Not in touch though again.
Hold on now.
So Caleb Trask has Webber to his right, decides to kick instead. And again down to the wing of Jared Page. He calls the mark.
Yeah, 6. Yeah.
And we'll settle things down at Tauranga Domain.
I think Page should have kept playing there. Catch it, send it long again. All he's done is force his forwards to come back and behind him. And realistically, that's not a gain that you're looking to get. Not far enough, and just enables Bay of Plenty to launch a game. Particularly when you're playing with confidence the way they are.
So Eklund for Bay of Plenty. He gets it away to Van den Hoven. Ball messy behind Campbell, but cleaned up by the hooker. Tackle must release, so it is there for Campbell. Brings in
Stay behind.
Kepper Mewett.
Touched. Hold on.
And he sends it high. Campbell. Oh, well taken at the end. by Page for North Harbour. Bay of Plenty over the ball and they win the turnover.
Hold on.
Surprised Bay of Plenty playing into the breeze, Smithy, are prepared to kick as much as they are.
Well, as long as they're contestable, Jeff, like that one was, then you wouldn't have too much of a problem with it when they've got a really accurate chase. And, of course, it was Joe Webber who was the first man there and won that turnover for them to create this line-out opportunity. And this one is right in the corner, so we might look at the drive this time around. But you are right. You would have thought they might want to keep ball in hand. That's a brilliant piece of skill. But look at Webber there first there, and he wins the turnover because there was very little clean-out from North Harbour or support for the ball catcher. So here's a chance.
So a real opportunity for Bay of Plenty here as they send up Kepper Mewett. And that one not straight. So the opportunity for the moment at least gone for Bay of Plenty.
Not straight, boys.
Yeah, criminal, the fact that North Harbour didn't get up and contest. And that's drifted, maybe with the breeze, Smithy, just the fact he's got it up in the air nice and high. But there was no reason North Harbour didn't contest, and now they've missed that opportunity.
Yeah, it's a bad mistake from a guy who's had a very good year. Eklund has been very accurate for the Blues and a bit of a mainstay too of this Bay of Plenty side. So, yeah, that's one they'll root. And whether they can put some pressure on this defensive North Harbour scrum and make up for it, we'll see. But golden opportunity goes begging there, you would have thought, with the accuracy of their set piece.
Bind!
The win today would be enough for Bay of Plenty. Harbour, of course, need the bonus point victory. And a defensive scrum here for the visitors. Hall feeds it. And he gets it away down the right wing to Jared Page, who sends it downfield, stays in play. And the bounce is kind for Caleb Trask. So what does he do here? He sets off open side. Caleb Trask breaking the first tackle. Couldn't find Narawa. And it's back on the side of North Harbour. Awaki away to Stevenson. No one home behind. And that one is out on the full. Not his best work today. Sean Stevenson.
That's a huge missed opportunity from a forced turnover. Under pressure, they tried to counter-attack the Bay of Plenty, and Stevenson, if he just kept it in field, he would have backed his speed.
Eklund and Mewett back to Campbell, and Oteri Black has it. He takes it on the line. He's well taken care of, though, by the North Harbour defence. Tia. Oh, Trask, what did he try to do there? Put the weak kick through, didn't work out, and it's with Taramai and North Harbour. Stevenson down the right, tries to beat Webber. He makes the tackle in the end. Joe Webber, it's there for Hall, though. Ball messy for Ethan Roots. He gets them over the advantage line, though, here. And Gatlin away now to Pearce. Strong in the carry, Jacob Pearce. He's had a great season for North Harbour. Showing his skills around the park again. Mika Ali Tu'u. It's just better from North Harbour, getting some phase going. Away to Kali Tuioti. Playing in. Here they go. North Harbour through Oaki. 22. Hunt goes into clean. Dixon has to get out of there. Hall down to the right. Page. Hall again. Short ball to James Little. The D holding here at the moment for Bay of Plenty. Away to Gatlin. Pearce has got Cowley Toyota with him there. Taken by Oteri Black. Tries to get over the ball. Still with Harbour. Big wide pass. Bryn Hall. Out to Aki. And they'll take a look here. That pass has worked a treat this year for Bryn Hall, and he may have found Thomas Owaki in the corner.
Right. Yeah, thanks.
And it's awarded to second one for North Harbour. And coming up to 15 gone, they lead Bay of Plenty 12 points to 0. Jeff Wilson, great phase and a great finish.
It's the work from Bryn Hall that I want to highlight, because his distribution, his ability to get to the breakdown and read the opportunities, and he kept finding the space. A flat ball, nicely done. Yeah, this is a great finish, but it was the pressure they were under. And Narawa, he just bit enough for Page to get in the air, Smithy, and get it down.
He's a fine player, Bryn Hall. He's had terrific seasons for the Crusaders, and he is a leader in this side. At this level here, he should stand out, and he does. as well. As the speed of his distribution, the accuracy of that flat pass at the end was just a culmination of some great work in terms of breaking half tackles early on and offloading. So, look, Harbour, they look very good. They be presented with opportunities by Bay of Plenty, and they're not missing out at this point.
Yeah, you're right. Whether it's not finding touch or whether it's turning it over at the breakdown, but also some interesting little kicks into space, into bodies, which they'll have to clean up, Bay of Plenty, if they want to challenge this North Harbour defence.
Bryn Gatlin sends it through on target once more. But this outstandingly accurate 5/8 for North Harbour. And coming up to 16 gone, it's the visitors who lead 14 points to 0.
Just look at that. The power of the pass put the defence under pressure. And it was a fantastic finish. North Harbour on fire.
Truss. And Talai takes it for Harbour. Dixon coming through. Midway 22, 10-metre mark. Bay of Plenty trying to counter here. And Hall does get it away to Taramai. Gatlin, Little. He's got Hunt on his outside. And Chase Tiatia brings him down. And good counter from Bay of Plenty here. Ball loose. And he's playing the advantage for the knock-on. So Campbell will look short side. Trask, quick hands. Karpik. Joe Webber in space. Joe Webber, taken in a very good tackle. And the flag was up. But that's just how dangerous that man can be.
Yeah, I played advantage for you.
Great work on the short side. But once again, this is the second time, though, Bay of Plenty guilty of going in to touch with ball in hand. Happened on both sides of the field. You need, as much as you want to go to the outside, you need to hold on to possession. It's an injury for North Harbour while they try and regroup, but it's great defensive tackle. But Smithy, you can't die with the ball. You can't take it out when you're making line breaks.
Well, that's one of the features of the modern game, Jeff, isn't it? And you would know as well as anyone, the ability for players to stay in field, read situations and keep the ball alive. And it's twice. You'd back Webber to do better than that. It was Gatlin that made the covering tackle. It was low. It had to be made. Otherwise, the line was begging. But North Harbour just simply doing more things right than Bay of Plenty at the moment. They've got taking better options and making less mistakes. So there's no doubt that they deserve this 14-0 lead at this stage. Only early on in the piece. But Bay of Plenty, you kind of feel even now, would have to score next just to lift the spirits and to make sure that they stay in touch.
Well, let's take a look at a man who lifted plenty of spirits over the years for Bay of Plenty, Glenn Jackson.
What an attacking opportunity for the Bay. They must score, surely, and they will. Glenn Jackson.
Ball coming back, now Senior. Set play in midfield. Jackson gets the ball back, easy try. In the end.
Yes, one of the greats for Bay of Plenty as Talai prepares to throw for North Harbour. He finds Kali Toyoti, Hall, and away to Gatlin, playing inside their own 22. Well, here's one man who can help get them out, Mika Aliktu'u. Back to Gatlin, and the right foot to it. And he makes a good touch as well.
What I love about North Harbour is the fact they've got a couple of great kicking options in Gatlin and Stevenson. So all of a sudden, as a defensive team, you can't pick where the pressure to apply is. You have to make sure you cover options. And at the moment, their attitude, they want to play even deep in their own half.
Neil tips it on the side of Bay of Plenty. Oh, coming through, that was Luteru Tulai again. Back to Eklund, though. Couldn't find his man, the hooker for Harbour. And again, Messi off the ruck for Bay of Plenty. They'll settle it down. Just inside their own 10-metre mark. And carried forward again. A penalty the way of Harbour.
Number 1, entry.
And he's got Tavita Muffy-Leo there for entry.
I wonder, Smithy, whether or not coming into this game, the nature of how both sides, what they need to do to get into the playoffs changes things. You can see North Harbour playing with a different intent because they're chasing a bonus point. Bay of Plenty knowing all they have to do is win, but it seems as though they've been on their heels right from the start.
Yeah, you'd probably make a valid point, Jeff, but that's an attitude that would have only developed very recently, wouldn't it? When they've trained during the week, they've trained for a purpose, and you can't, as you well know, rely on results from other games. You can only control your own destiny, but whether their attitude has changed because of other results throughout this round, it would be disappointing to think that's the way, but you kind of get the feeling that North Harbour have known what their mission has been right throughout the week and they're playing accordingly.
They know what their mission is, and I think we know what they'll do here. Luteru Tulai throws it, Pearce takes it. Clockwork for North Harbour. And in he goes at the back, plugs in. Luteru Tulai under the wing of the hooker. Here they go. And that one was awarded a penalty try. Well, there you go. Tulai had eyes for the line, but there's the penalty try, and there's 7 points for North Harbour.
And there could be more repercussions here.
Same number. Thanks. So number 2 collapsed in the maul. Where is he? Because it's a penalty try, it must also be a yellow card.
And to make matters worse for Bay of Plenty, they're going to lose their hooker, Kurt Eklund, for 10 minutes, so 21 points to 0. It's North Harbour who lead Bay of Plenty in Tauranga.
Just too strong. And there's Eklund. He's coming to the side in an offside position, and he's looking at the referee, and he's actually taking it to ground as well. So in the end, this is not a price you should be willing to pay defensively, and they've paid for it. Of course, no conversion required. It's automatic, and North Harbour celebrate again.
Some sides defend the maul better than others, but at the moment Bay of Plenty can find no answer, because when they shift the point of contact, the point of momentum, Bay of Plenty just splintered away. There was nothing there for them to defend, and that's why they had to infringe to get anywhere near stopping that rolling momentum. So real problems for Bay of Plenty. It's getting away on them very quickly.
They need an answer here, that is for sure. This one hangs high, and Dixon tips it back on the side of Bay of Plenty. And Muffy Leo, Harbour try and hold him up here. More call, and lost forward.
Lost forward in there.
So the error from the restart, and North Harbour a chance to apply some more pressure.
Well, they have to run on, of course, a spare hooker, because they've lost Eklund to the bin. So very experienced spare hooker, I must say, and Nathan Vella, but they're going to lose another player to the bin. And it looks at this stage as if Mewett is coming to the bin.
So they've taken off a lock, and they've moved Johnston, it looks as though, into the middle row, Smithy. So surprise, usually it's the number 6 is the unlucky guy, right? They've decided they need maybe a little bit more versatility, maybe a little bit more range around the pitch. But now they're up against it for the next 10 minutes, and I imagine North Harbour will just put their foot down again once again.
Makes their line out challengeable too, because Mewett's a go-to guy.
Crouch!
They have a comfortable lead now, North Harbour. 10-metre mark inside their own territory. But what we see here, open side.
Set!
Hawaki behind the scrum. Gatlin away to the right for Hall. A good scrum too for North Harbour. It will go again.
Yeah, he's stayed up. But there's a few things here. I'll make sure they take the hit, but also I don't want you guys hitting and chasing. Okay? We need stability. Yeah, I realise that, but
well, when you're chasing a result since 2006, this is the sort of start you want, right?
Not a bad start.
Yeah, I know. Keep that gap.
Yeah, Bay of Plenty on a 6-game winning streak at home against North Harbour.
Good strong guys, please.
They've won 7 of their last 10 against the visitors. And last year, Bay of Plenty won 27 points to 19. So certainly history on the side of the Steamers, but it's an outstanding start and a free kick for North Harbour here.
You're closing the gap, leaning forward. Want to go again? Scrum.
And we'll reset.
I expect you guys to hold your weight, keep it
You
gap.
certainly can't rule this side out, the Steamers. You look through their back line. Joe Webber, a couple of tries last week. Imoni Narawa, 2 tries last week. Caleb Trask, 5 for the season. And hasn't Oteri Black made a difference?
Are you right? Thank you. Right, let's go. Let's go. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Hall wants to get it in, but this time the referee sends the penalty the way of Bay of Plenty.
Yeah, but he's on his knee.
Well, that's huge, Jeff, because you know exactly what North Harbour were going to try and do there. Wanted to win a scrum penalty with their extra man, kick in the corner and go all over again with one less defender. So that is a, I won't say momentum changer, but it's huge for Bay of Plenty.
They needed something, and they're going to take a shot, which, of course, is just going to chew up some time off the clock. They've got 6 minutes. The yellow card. Caleb Trask is going to take a shot at goal, and he's going to soak up as much time as he possibly can.
Well, the Mafi-Leo brothers on the park today. There's Sione for North Harbour and the loose head for Bay of Plenty, Tavita Mafi-Leo. So no doubt a bit of jip between those two at set piece.
Yeah, I was happy with that. So I know that's on him. But then all I look
And Caleb Trask is lining this one up.
I know.
Trying to get the first points on the board for Bay of Plenty. He's had a good season, Caleb Trask, not just with the boot. He's been useful round field as well. 41 out here for the fullback. Through it goes. Coming up to 25 minutes gone at Tauranga Domain. The penalty at Bay of Plenty from Caleb Trask. It's North Harbour 21, Bay of Plenty 3.
Tight end pop, straight to ground. He was on the knee first, and also hit him like on the arm as well. Well, you got a free kick, so he had an option on scrum.
Gatlin gets this one underway again. And that one has gone too far.
Yes, that momentum shift that Ian Smith talked about has happened. Just on the back of one piece of very good play at scrum time and then a good kick at goal. And then all of a sudden the advantages that North Harbour had in terms of the numerical advantage, they're not taking those chances. So once again, they'll walk to the scrum, soak up more time, and they'll look to close the gap again.
Yeah, Bay of Plenty are going to have to be careful here, though. They've got the feed, but they will get under immense pressure. And they've got to make sure that it's a quick feed and they can use it quickly. Stack the left-hand side or the top side, Jeff, as we look at it. They're bringing another player into that scrum as we speak, a back.
So Luke Campbell, scrum halfway for Bay of Plenty. A great platform to work off here. Need a good one, though. A little bit of heat coming from Harbour. Campbell away to the right, gets it to Trask. Caleb Trask taking on the line. Good tackle from Antonio Michele Tu'u. It's there for Campbell, though, and he finds another good runner trying to hold him up. Murphy Taramai. Tackle made, though, so it's back with Bay of Plenty as Black waits. Cut out ball for Chase Tia. Slips the pass as well. That one looked forward for Vella. Oh, Webber couldn't hold on, and they'll come back. The pass was forward, but that was close for Bay of Plenty.
Chase Tia. It's great to see him involved in the game because his versatility and his skill set was Webber was on the outside, but Tia decided to take it to the line, and he's paid the price for looking for the offload because when he carried strong, he knew, I'm going to try and free my arms, and yeah, it's obviously popped forward. And that was inaccurate towards the end. Good work from the assistant referees, though. They got it right.
I think if Sione Mafi-Leo was going to hit me around about the rib cage, it might go forward too. He was the second man arriving there, and Chase Tia must have seen him just out the corner of his eye. Big unit, smacked into him.
Well, plenty on the Bay of Plenty bench today. Experience to come off. We've got Ross Haldenhace and Dan Hollinshead. I'm reliably informed that the pair of them were out fishing a day or so ago, and Big Ross pulled in a kingfish. So there's probably little wonder he's starting today on the bench. And there's Dan on his left there. But look for them to make an injection later on today.
The first place you're dropping that off is at the coach's house, right? On the way home?
I'd say that a fair share of it went to Clayton McMillan's house, yep.
No, he can't have liked the teammates. They're on the bench, Jeff.
Well played, Smithy.
Not a bad spot to play your rugby, though, is it?
Yeah, those umbrellas aren't for rain, by the way.
A scrum here for North Harbour on their 10, and it's going well too. Underneath Taramai, they've got the advantage, and Hall will just toss that one away to the right, and they'll get the penalty.
Not staying straight.
This is where Gatlin will look to push it into the 22 if he can, and they've still got this numerical advantage.
Scrum.
So Gatlin sends that one up towards the Bay of Plenty 22. Not a bad clearance.
I've been really impressed with this campaign from Bryn Gatlin. He's a guy who got limited opportunities in Super Rugby Aotearoa. But for me, really accomplished young player who's getting better and better every season. And look, he's still a young man. So see that sort of accuracy and the way that he's playing the game. You've got to love it.
Delay. Another clean one. Oh, that one not straight.
Options are line out or a scrum.
I've been so good this season
Scrum.
in this area of the game. It's not often you've seen that from North Harbour.
You do wonder though sometimes, Jeff, though, whether he's thinking line-out drive already before he's even chucked it in, going, you know what, I can you know, I'm going to get at the back of another maul and we're going to go to work up front. Would have been a long one, but they would have backed themselves to put more pressure on there and look at getting another penalty, get closer to the corner. And it's great to see they've got a streak they're prepared to play to.
Crouch. 5. 6.
Scrum set for Bay of Plenty. And it's there for Campbell. Away to Oteri Black. And he sends it high in the Tauranga sun. And it's taken by Jared Page as Bay of Plenty pile through. Try to affect the counter ruck. Still there though for North Harbour. Hunt, little short ball to Stevenson. He dummies, he goes himself, the fullback. Brought to ground by Luke Campbell. Still there for Hall. Thought about going left, goes right. And Hunt goes straight up the centre. Another chance for North Harbour. Murphy Taramai. Tolai waits. He gets it to Gatlin. Now Stevenson. Oh, tried to find Gatlin again. And Trask comes through. But still there for Hall. And away to the right. And Tolai again. Another carry from the hookup. Dylan Hunt this time. A pick and go for the captain. More good phase for North Harbour. And that one on the ground. Not Hall's best pass. But it's still there with North Harbour. Tolai again. Another punch at the Bay of Plenty line. Oh, and over the ball. Brilliant work there from Bay of Plenty. And Thwaites cleans it up off the deck. Nuttawa had the ball charged, but back with him, Mori Nuttawa. In open space. Here he goes. Can he find support? He can. As Karpik arrives back with Campbell into midfield. Here they go. Bay of Plenty, is this their chance? Away now to skip with Garland. Back to Webber. Joe Webber. Still going Webber. Bay of Plenty just lose it forward.
Lost ball down, going to come back, offside.
And they'll come back for the offside penalty. But Bay of Plenty, through Joe Webber, almost making North Harbour pay.
Do we need to check that?
Well, they asked the question here. Just watch the breakout that happens, whether or not. Here's the charge down. Narawa gets it, and then Stevenson defensively sort of just throws and just hits him across the jaw. And he sort of threw his arm out, Smithy, and whether or not that's going to impact him. And here's this break down the left-hand side. This is nice work. Webber.
Yeah.
Certainly going to affect something, Jeff. Both assistant referee and referee Richard Kelly are having a long chat at the moment. There was gesticulation from Oteri Black in particular, who tried to point, still there, part of the conversation. Campbell went down as well and has struggled to get up. So we might be looking at this in some form or another.
Okay, and I'm also playing advantage over here for... Yeah.
You can see Mewitt's back out there too,
Scott.
so
Can you just talk us through this breakdown,
15
please?
again for Bay of Plenty.
Foul play just there. We obviously don't have a big screen, so we can't. But
So Goldie, I think the referee checking here for an instance of foul play.
Yeah, they do here because it was all in one play. So you've had an opportunity to break
Having a
it down
few
here.
technical difficulties. We do apologise with our cameras here at Tauranga Domain, but we'll hope to have that fixed shortly.
Yeah, hey, I'm fine.
As we approach half-time in this crucial final round matchup.
Yep.
North Harbour needing a bonus point win. Bay of Plenty just needing the win to make the semi-finals.
Jeff, I've come to the spot where Luke Campbell was down injured, so I'm assuming it might have been treatment to him by one of the North Harbour players. So we'll just keep an eye out. It was from the break from Nathan Vella lay the ball back. Campbell was there to arrive, and that's the 9 there. We'll just see if there's any attention to him after the ball. Not much there, but then it's accidental, is it? He runs into 6.
Yeah, that's accidental. There's no... He just hasn't seen it coming.
No, he's pushed by number 5, and that was, you can weigh up whether that was timely enough. Jacob Pearce throws it, and then he looks like he runs into the shoulder or the chin of Ethan Roots.
Yeah, there didn't look like there was much in that from the blindside flanker for Harbour. Let's take another look, Goldie.
Yeah, look, there's the push being done, and then it just, as he's turned around, I mean, that's just an incidental contact for me, Smithy.
Certainly not warrant a card, does it? Just a penalty from he was going to give it originally anyway for offside, so it depends where that is, where he's deemed that play.
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah. They're having a good year, aren't they, the old officials?
Okay. And you just say penalty only, so no more than just talking to.
Common sense looks as
Just
though...
bring 6 for me, please.
Let's listen up.
We had a bit of push and shove already in this game. Okay. Same with here. I suggest you have a word to your boys just to leave that out of it. Yeah. Okay.
Can I have a time for word, please?
Yeah, it's going to be a penalty here or a penalty there. I'm going to give them an option. Yeah, time's still off. Penalty only, so you've got an option from
I think
here,
the right call in the end made by the
midfield,
referee. And Ethan Roots will stay on the park. Of course, Pearce involved too.
Or we could go in the middle of the field.
Just the penalty to Bay of Plenty. And Caleb Trask with the chance to peel off some metres.
I think I missed that.
I think they'll take the shot at goal. No, I really do. So he is going to go to touch. I'm surprised. I would just keep working towards building the scoreboard. Mind you, that's a great kick.
What a nudge from Caleb Trask. And he sends Bay of Plenty to the set piece, 5 out.
Well, this will be some sort of turnaround. We mentioned momentum change. If they can turn this into a 7-pointer from a very good set piece, wind at their back second half, all sorts of connotations come with it. Throw has to be good from Eklund. It wasn't last time round.
Eklund, it is clean for Vanden Hoven for Bay of Plenty. And Karpik has it. Now Eklund, the drive set. Looking to give North Harbour a taste of their own medicine.
No, he's through the middle.
Still going. D at the moment, good for Harbour. Close to the line here. Try awarded. Well, there's the response from Bay of Plenty. Ian Smith called it. They went for the 5-metre line. They got the line out. And they get the try.
It was nicely done. It looked as though Ethan Roots had got through the middle of that breakdown. There he is pushing through. He gets on the back, but as it spins around, they keep the momentum and they manage to get it down. And Smithy, you talked about momentum. That is massive for the Steamers.
I agree, and it's Eklund who is the try scorer. This is a bloke that was sitting in the bin about 2 minutes ago, so he's made some sort of re-entrance into the game. But it's good that you mentioned, Jeff, about a side that can trust a play they can go to and can guarantee them some profit. Well, it looks like Bay of Plenty have finally been able to trust theirs now that they're back to a full complement of players. Now, if they can kick this, or even if not, if they can hold off North Harbour in the ensuing 7 minutes before half-time, all bets are off on that North Harbour start.
We're seeing once again, like in so many other contests, the fact discipline's so critical. The fact that if you give away a penalty in your own half, you will make yourself susceptible to a line-out drive from 10s who can put it in the corner.
Caleb Trask to convert the try to Kurt Eklund. And that one is away. So the try goes unconverted. But Bay of Plenty coming back into this one as we approach half-time. It's North Harbour 21, Bay of Plenty 8. Well, Hori Bop, will he have something to cheer about in the second half as Bryn Gatlin gets it underway once more, hanging high. And it is there for Campbell, just outside his 22. Puts the box kick up, and Joe Webber chases through. And he contests the ball, and it bobbles back behind the Harbour D, and Chase Tiatia coming through. And Gatlin did well to clean that up in the end. Danger times for North Harbour, but it will be a Harbour throw just outside their 22.
Yeah, please.
Pearce takes it again. This one messy for Bryn Hall to lie. Cleans it up and carries forward for Harbour. Just outside their 22. Kale Toyoti goes into guard there.
Stay on side.
And Bryn Hall will set up the box kick. Carried back the call. And Stevenson coming through, but Webber's done wonderfully well there. Joe Webber in space, can he go all the way? Yes, he can! Joe Webber for Bay of Plenty.
The contestable kick, you get it right, it can work out perfectly. If you get it wrong and you are not prepared to scramble and you miss a tackle, you can get punished, and Joe Webber has shown just that. And this is a beautiful piece of work. It goes up to the air, he commits himself to it, jumps through the defensive line, he gets through the tackle of Hunt, and then once again, Bryn Gatlin is forced in the position to make a tackle, and Webber scores, and Bay of Plenty are on fire again.
Well, Jared Page might have been hindered a wee bit there by a defender going back towards that ball, but he didn't really give it as much as perhaps he should to contest that kick, Jeff, because I think distance-wise it was on to do that, but they'll be most disappointed, North Harbour, in the last 10 minutes of their rugby, conceding the 2 tries, making mistakes and missing tackles, asking Gatlin to get Webber again with a little bit more room inside touch was perhaps asking a wee bit too much. So missed the last one, Caleb Trask. Unbelievably, he can get Bay of Plenty just before half-time, and with one score of going in front. 10 minutes ago, that was just not on the cards.
Well, what a period of play for Bay of Plenty. And one of their live wires this year, Joe Webber, getting them back in it as Caleb Trask looks to convert the try. They would close it up to a 6-point margin. Through it goes this time. So coming up to 37 minutes gone at Tauranga Domain, it's North Harbour 21, now Bay of Plenty 15. Wonderful crowd here in the Bay, beautiful afternoon, and we're getting a show as Webber takes it. They put a man up, now Chase Tiatia for Bay of Plenty. Campbell sends it high downfield. And Page lines it up. In fact, that's Stevenson, and the ball bounces awkwardly. It's with Dylan Hunt, who places back for Hall. And I wait a little down the right edge here. Page sends it through low. Now that one's out on the full.
Composure. It's been lost on North Harbour now. The ball's going to the air, they're not able to claim it, and then when they do, they're making errors on the back of it. Haven't had their hands on the ball, and Bay of Plenty in complete control.
Hewitt takes it, and the end for Bay of Plenty. And now Tiatia, Dylan Hunt with the tackle. Eklund goes into clean. Can they get more here, Bay of Plenty? Or Teddy Black sends the right foot to it, downfield, and away to Sean Stevenson. And he puts the step on. Great footwork by the fullback. Sean Stevenson still going. And Mitch Karpik goes in to try and affect the turnover. Still there for Hall. Away to Talai, little short ball away. Muffy Leo. And trying to get over it is Jeff Thwaites. He's done well too, but still there with Harbour. And now Gatlin puts the kick in behind the Bay defence. That's a fantastic kick too. North Harbour under pressure. And they peg Bay of Plenty inside their 22.
Can't settle. Watch this from Stevenson. Look, that's great footwork. And then he accelerates through, decides to take the contact. Good decision here. Good tackle, though. It's nicely done. And then the contest over the breakdown started.
Defensive line out, Bay of Plenty. And we'll just tidy it up here. 1 minute to go until half-time. They'd dearly love to hold Harbour out and clear their lines. Karpik has it at the back of the maul. Now Campbell. And he sends it downfield, finds the touch too. Actie takes it quickly. And it's with Stevenson again, takes on Dixon. Runs round him easily. The fullback still going, Sean Stevenson. Now Thwaites and Campbell, the halfback, trying to hold him up with his strength. There for Hall. Away now to the right. Little short ball inside to Pearce. Can North Harbour finish the first half with a flourish? Now Page stepping back in and Karpik takes care of him. And they blow through over this. Bay of Plenty, well done there. And now Thwaites sends it away to the left. Oteri Black, Trask puts the low kick through for Webber. Here he goes again. Oh, James Little cleans it up for North Harbour. And Joe Webber, you can see him there. If he'd had that bounce, it could have been another one. And Gatlin's had this charged. So chasing through, here he goes, skip with Garland, did he get there? I'm not sure. Bay of Plenty celebrate. We'll take a close look at this. But great heads-up footy by the Steamers could have resulted in another try.
What a bizarre game of football. North Harbour dominate.
A couple of things here. Yep. First, I want to make sure
let's hear from the refs.
Goal is behind the guy that charged the ball down.
Yep.
Do you agree with that?
Yep.
And then if that's okay, then we're just going to check the grounding.
Yeah, check grounding. The way I saw it was white grounded at first, but it's worth checking.
If it's simultaneous, it's out to try it.
Scrum.
No, simultaneous scrum.
Yeah.
So you're saying no try, you think white's grounded the ball
Yeah,
first?
but check.
Yeah. And we got 22. Is that restart, eh? Yeah. Scott, just coming to you, I got a couple of things I want you to check. Yeah, first of all, we need to check to see whether 13 gold is behind the guy that charged the ball down. If that's okay, then we just want to check the grounding. At this stage, we got no try. We think it's grounded by white, so we're going to start with a 22 restart, unless you can tell us otherwise, please.
Remarkable period of play. Turnovers and charge downs and scrambling defence. Let's just watch here. Yep, so that looks no problem at all. It's a clean charge down. He's definitely onside, no doubt about it. And then inside, outside. Yeah, no, the other thing is Brent Gatlin for me, Smithy.
Yeah, Gatlin's done him remarkably well here. He had to scramble back. North Harbour have scrambled the last 10 minutes, no doubt about that. So this will just be half-time, you would imagine.
Okay, 22. Do we have time for...
But guess who's got the momentum?
Or is that half-time? Okay, thank you.
You said it, Smithy.
No try, grounded by white first. No try.
Well, that is half-time, but Bay of Plenty, had they scored that, could have had the lead at Tauranga Domain. They're right back in this game after the early dominance from North Harbour. Half-time here at Tauranga Domain. It's North Harbour 21, Bay of Plenty 15. 21 points to 15. It is North Harbour who lead Bay of Plenty here at Tauranga Domain in this crucial matchup in the scheme of the season. And a couple of tries and a penalty try to North Harbour, Talai Awaki, and 2 for Bay of Plenty, who came steaming back into it through Eklund and Webber. And Jeff Wilson, a few highlights in the first half to look at.
Yeah, and it was a case of the first 20 minutes. It was all North Harbour, and they got territory, field position, and they went to one of their strengths. And Luteru Tolite, he was at the back of the maul. He punches his way over, and they're in complete control. And then a great ball here from Bryn Hall. Gets it out on the left-hand side. Good finish on this left-hand wing. And then it was once again field position. North Harbour in control. And the infringement coming from Kurt Eklund. He earned himself 10 in the bin for coming in offside and then collapsing the maul as North Harbour continue to go to work. This stage, complete control, 21-0. And then the momentum shift. Eklund goes to the bench. But then from the basis of a penalty, they go to the corner. After taking 3, they get a line-out drive that splinters off and they drive their way over and they score once again. And all of a sudden the crowd is back into this game. And the momentum shift, and then just a simple error, and they weren't able to secure possession. And Joe Webber accelerates onto the ball, busts one tackle, and then Britton Gatlin cannot make the tackle, and he scores a try. And all of a sudden, we have a different contest. North Harbour reeling, Bay of Plenty taking all the momentum into half-time.
Yes, another one for Joe Webber. And let's take a look at the stats here. And I'll tell you what, Goldie, that possession and territory, it's squared up toward the end of that first half.
Yeah, absolutely missed opportunities, you'd say, for North Harbour in the first 20 as well. Then they had the advantage, which 15 on 14, didn't make it. But both teams had their issues in terms of penalties. But I'll tell you what, it's been a great contest, and we've got everything to play for in the second 40.
And let's take a look at the points table as it stands. Remember, North Harbour need the bonus point victory over Bay of Plenty. Bay of Plenty just need to win. And as it stands, there's North Harbour in third. But, of course, the head-to-head, that's how it plays out when they decide the semi-finalists. They do need the bonus point in this game. And Bay of Plenty just need the 4 points. They just need the victory, and they are in. So we're set for an exciting second half here at Tauranga Domain. A beautiful day in the Bay of Plenty. It's North Harbour who lead the Steamers 21 points to 15. Tauranga Domain is the venue this afternoon for this one. It is an exciting game so far at the break. It is North Harbour 21-15 over Bay of Plenty. And Ian Smith is standing by with the assistant coaches.
Quite sluggish start, but man, the momentum changed about halfway through. What have you told them with the wind in particular, second half?
Yeah, we just got to keep playing. Don't let the foot off the throat. Just got to keep doing what we're doing. Yeah, there is a nice breeze out there. We can use that if we need it, but we've got to hold onto the ball and play and score tries.
Good luck, mate. Hope it goes well.
Thank you.
Well, mate, thank you. Listen, everything was trucking along nicely till about the 25-minute mark, but then things changed for the worse for you guys. What have you said in there?
Yeah, hey, look, Bay Plains obviously a really busy team. We need to make sure we nail our carries and our cleans and keep them out of that breakdown contest. We're feeling confident about it.
Oh, Jeff Wilson, what did you take out of those interviews with Sam Ward and Mike Delaney?
Well, I think you talk about the accuracy. You're talking about North Harbour there in terms of holding the ball and being accurate, but I think they've got to diffuse the kick game, because that's what's getting them into trouble, and all of a sudden their discipline's gone. Bay of Plenty have done what they needed to do. What have they done? They've got the crowd back into the game, and they've shown that they can continue to compete. North Harbour need to find a way to get back to what they did in the first 15 to 20 minutes, which was actually play with a real purpose.
They've also been able to bring on an All Black at halfback too, Jeff. Tahuri Orangi is on 21 for 9 for Luke Campbell, and that is straight out tactical.
Not a bad player to bring on. Tauranga Orangi try last week for Bay of Plenty, and as Smithy said, they can keep the momentum going early on here in this second half at Tauranga Domain. Look for this man to play a key role. Remember, a win for Bay of Plenty is all they need. North Harbour need a good one. They need a bonus point victory. Caleb Trask sends it down inside the North Harbour 22. Stevenson takes, fakes. And he goes to ground there. There for Bryn Hall. Gets the pass away too. Carried forward by Murphy Taramai. Back now in the pocket for Gatlin. He looks to find touch, and he does. Well, Teddy Black doesn't want to take it quickly.
Jeff, for me, the three players who have to really step up for North Harbour are that man there, Gatlin, Bryn Hall and Sean Stevenson at the back, because he's going to have to make some decisions if Bay of Plenty get a good kicking game going.
Couldn't agree more, Smithy.
Gatlin, away to landed Hoven, and in midfield for Bay of Plenty. That one's loose. Oh, Little can't quite clean it up for Harbour. And it'll be a scrum feed to Bay of Plenty.
Well, you'll see as we get deeper into the second half and the game's closer, then all of a sudden it'll get tighter and tighter, because all of a sudden it'll hit home exactly what it is you need to do to win the game and to get where you want to get to. Not just to survive, but for North Harbour and Bay of Plenty to get into the playoffs. So it'll get tighter, and all of a sudden it'll get a little bit more difficult, and then maybe teams will get a little more conservative because they'll be trying to control the scoreboard. So just watch which team decides to play with a little bit of freedom and recognises the fact that they know what's at stake, and that accuracy and that leadership you're talking about, Smithy, will be critical. And I like on the other sides of things, being able to bring on someone like Tahuri Orangi. You put that together with Black and Chase Tia and all his Super Rugby experience, and imagine they'd be able to keep a real handle on how their team is playing.
And they're all lined up out to the left, those players you mentioned, Jeff, and they're really stacked at this side. And Webber's having a field day on the left wing as well, so we've got confidence coming this way.
So Tahuri Orangi feeds it. Dixon plays it back to his halfback, and they do go down the left, and the kick through is overcooked. So an error there for Chase Tia. Puts his hand up. Pays to remember too this afternoon that both of these sides could miss out on the semi-finals altogether, and then depending on what happens in Christchurch, one of them could drop down and get relegated. So all to play for today as Talai throws. And again, another clean take and a familiar position for the hooker for North Harbour. Just inside Bay of Plenty's half. Keep working the call for Bryn Hall. They've got the advantage here. So Antonio Mikaeli too. Good strong carry, getting Harbour over the advantage line. Away to Gatlin. Little puts the fend on Tiatia, who makes a good tackle in the end. The second 5/8. Away now, Taramai, short ball to Pearce. And Karpik again, another driving tackle by the open side. Picked up though, Taramai. Awaki gets over to cover, and there it is for Page coming off his wing. We've seen that plenty this year for Harbour, but they'll come back for the penalty.
Number 5, collapsing.
That one against Kepper Mewett.
Yeah, North Harbour did that really cleverly. Mewett was on the side, and then they started driving towards him, and he couldn't actually get himself out of the way. He needed to get himself back on side, and now I think he'll recognise that's a big mistake, and punches it into the corner. That's a really good kick. That's courageous, Smithy.
That's sensational, Jeff, honestly.
That's 3 of those now in this game.
Well, it's effectively a 7-point kick if it comes off. I mean, that's how valuable it is. And we've talked about that momentum we're throughout. If North Harbour can just do it again, and the hooker, the man throwing in, might well be a key player at the end of all this. Or can Bay have plenty to defend it? They haven't so far.
Well, it's been so effective for Harbour. Gatlin knows if he puts it there, this could happen. And a clean take again for Harbour. And who plugs in? Yep, that man there, Luteru Tolai. Bay of Plenty try and counter it here. It's still under his arm and still going forward. McElroy pushes forward. And we'll take a look. Pile of bodies there. But I think you'll find, yep, Luteru Tolai might have just scored another one for Harbour.
Yeah, I think you will. And it was clear to the assistant referee.
No, we're having a try.
Yeah.
Try awarded.
Outstanding work.
Luteru Tolai gets a second for the afternoon. And this brilliant rolling maul for North Harbour hands the ascendancy to the visitors once more.
And it comes down to discipline. You should know that if you are going to give away a penalty inside your own half Bay of Plenty, you are going to suffer the consequences, and you have once again a kick to the corner and then a set line-out drive. They haven't managed to defuse it, and they haven't been all day, Smithy, and they've been paid for it.
Well, you've got to go back to the skills of Gatlin as well here, because whilst there was a real amount of skill in the set piece, and there has been throughout, the opportunity came because of his ability against the breeze to knock them within 5 metres out. It was just an outstanding tactical kick. So if he knocks this over as well, and all of a sudden Bay of Plenty, who thought they had it going their way, are up against it.
Bryn Gatlin, beautiful kick, nails it. So North Harbour have a response for Bay of Plenty early in the second half. They extend the lead 28 points to 15.
And at this stage, we see that all-important bonus point.
That's right, Goldie. At the moment, North Harbour have done enough to qualify for the semi-finals. As Stevenson sends it downfield. Huge kick from the fullback. And away now to Bay of Plenty's fullback, Caleb Trask. And I don't think that's worked out. That's gone straight up. And who gets it? North Harbour get it through Jacob Pearce. Trying to counter Bay of Plenty. And lucky not to be penalised there, Kepper Mewett. Away to Kali Tuioti. Paul down the short side to Lai. They go that way again. And once more, it's Jacob Pearce. Advantage here. And a penalty for North Harbour. Man not rolling. So a chance just after the try to Talai to really push again. And yep, that one's gone against Sam Dixon.
Stop here.
And play taken up midway, 10-metre mark, 22. And Harbour possession.
Keep the gap, please.
Tuita goes up. Bay of Plenty try and take that one, but it's there with Talai, and he passes off to his number 8, Taramai. Now this one goes the way of Bay of Plenty and Kurt Eklund. Well, he's done that plenty this season. That's a big turnover for the Steamers.
Yeah, it's nicely done. Great work over the ball. Can't relax for a moment in the modern game. Every player across the park is good at putting pressure on at the breakdown. It's a great carry. At the moment you get isolated, just watch here. Bam, Eklund in over the ball, gets his hand on it. The moment he gets a hand on it, the picture is clear.
There's the table as it stands at the moment. Doesn't include Harbour's bonus point. Well, that's where things stand at the minute in Tauranga. Tia, away to Black. He gets the ball off too. Brilliantly. Down the left they come. Now Joe Webber once more takes on Page and Little. And Bay of Plenty drive through. Not rolling, so a penalty advantage, Bay of Plenty. Tauriurangi fires it off into midfield. It's there again for Caleb Trask. He chips this one over. And he just finds Ethan Roots. So we'll come back.
14, wasn't it?
And a chance
Number 14,
for
roll.
a shot at goal, if they want it, or the corner.
It started with 3 in the first half, Smithy. Would you just go to the corner now? We're 28 to 15.
Yeah, automatic, Jeff. I think automatic. I think 3 points is not staying in touch in terms of being in the second half. So I think this is a sensible move. He's put it exactly where he needs to do it. Well, we might be trading rolling mauls on the back of penalty infringements here, but Bay of Plenty have to convert this, having made this decision.
Well, a crucial stanza here for Bay of Plenty, because North Harbour are the best final quarter team in the comp this year. 88 points in the last 20 this season. So Eklund will throw, and it's another clean take for Johnston. And the maul is set. It's with that man, Kurt Eklund. Harbour trying to counter. Tauriurangi fires it away. Here goes Trask. In fact, it's Black. Tauriurangi, Eklund again. Comes back towards the traffic. They come out to the left. Muffy Lil marshalling the troops. They go through Mewett, a pick and go. And this is on the side of North Harbour, the ball lost. So a chance for the visitors to move it out. They decide to run it. And it's belted downfield by Page. And in behind Caleb Trask. He jogs back to clean up here. And he's got time to think about the response. He puts a little chip over. Trask doesn't set up. Now it's there for Harbour. It's pinball here in Tauranga. And the referee says play on. So Mewett carries forward. Cut out ball, Trask, Black. Now Webber puts the step on. Joe Webber finds Trask and Black. It is. Johnson over the ball. Tauriurangi. Good phase for the Steamers. Trask takes on the line, gets the ball off too. Back to Thwaites. Try scored.
The outstanding try from Bay of Plenty. Great continuity in their game. And when they got the advantage, they continued to play. And they attacked the line. And it was impressive. And Jeff Thwaites continued to grow his game. Just watch this from Webber. The support on the inside. Oteri Black. Good decision, holds on to the ball. And then they continue with the momentum. And it's Trask this time. Accelerates the support on the outside. Back on the inside. The prop. Jeff Thwaites scores a wonderful try.
What's he doing there? Unbelievable skills and pace to get that and seize that opportunity midfield, so far away from where play had broken down. But you go back to the clearing kick from Jared Page. Was there an option to kick it down the line, maybe kick it out? Force Bay of Plenty to start from a set piece, or to keep it in field as he did. and enabled this man to start one heck of a counter-attack, and he figured in it as well towards the end. So Caleb Trask, the initiator there from back in his own 22. He had the option to kick it, chose to keep ball in hand, and because of that, Bay of Plenty, you're going to be within a score of taking the lead again.
Trask converts it. The try to Jeff Thwaites. And all of a sudden, it's a 6-point game in Tauranga.
I wouldn't expect anything less from these two teams because they've both played quality rugby through the course of this campaign. And they've both played with confidence, and they've found moments today to bring that out, and they've been at their best.
Jordan Lay on a 17 for Mafaleo for Bay of Plenty.
That one hanging high and taken well there in the sun by Chase Tiatia.
Zane Capelli on a 19 as well.
Kauriorangi waits. Well, over the last 4 rounds, no side has scored more points or tries or line breaks than Bay of Plenty. So they know how to do it. And so does this man, Sean Stevenson. Webber makes a good tackle to bring him down, but it's there for Hall. And now Gatlin fires it away to Pearce. And trying to get over the ball there, Bay of Plenty. But it's just on the side of North Harbour. On halfway. They carry again, another strong one. That one loose. And Dixon cleans up. Flung back to Oteri Black. And he dummied the kick there. And he goes down the right through Trask again. Now it's Emoni Narawa in space. Here he goes. Still going. And scoring! Individual brilliance! Emoni Narawa.
And the decision from Oteri Black to keep the ball in hand. He could have kicked for territory. Instead, he decided to shift it to space. He gave his men an opportunity to counter-attack and the ability to drop the ball off. Just watch it here. They shift it to the outside. It's Trask. Then they do a simple cut on the outside. The defence chases, and then Narawa gets the opportunity one-on-one. And this is beautiful work. Swerves to the outside. Nothing that they could do, North Harbour. What a try.
You know what was clever about that, Jeff, was the fact that he realised that he was back. The defender, the last defender for North Harbour was Aoki. He was the player back, and he's the one that has to be beaten here. He was back for the kick from Oteri Black. He thought he was going to kick too. He kept the ball in hand, and what that did is create so much space in behind the first line of defence for him to run there and make that step and that swerve. Brilliant thinking from Bay of Plenty there, and it could give them the lead if Trask is successful here.
Third try of the season for Emoni Narawa. And how important is that one in the context of the season? 28 plays 27. And with 25 minutes to go here at Tauranga Domain, Caleb Trask has a chance to put Bay of Plenty in front. And he's missed that one.
He'll get another go.
But he gets another crack. Yes, Smithy's right. We saw a player go early.
Well, I think this is very harsh on North Harbour for the pure reason, the fact that what Trask does is he then makes a movement to reset himself. So he makes his way back, and then he does another movement
charge early.
before he goes.
This time you cannot charge.
So it means they can't charge, but I think they've probably been hard done by it, because we just keep an eye on him. He sets himself, and then he has one step back and resets himself before he actually goes a couple of seconds later. So just watch his feet here. And then he does that, and that's the cue that have sent them charging.
Trask. Now this one is off target again. So 2 bites of the cherry for Caleb Trask. Can't do it. And it's North Harbour with the 1-point lead, 28 points to 27. Gatlin Once again, what a game this has been. And Tauranga, that comes down hard in Hoven. Nothing doing, says the referee. So Tauranga back to black. And now that man Trask again with his long right boot down as far as Bryn Gatlin. And the call from Stevenson was send it up, mate. So he does. And the fullback's under it. And, well, it goes back with Bay of Plenty. Lost forward the call. So Ackland cleans up. And Tauranga has plenty of willing runners, but it's with Black. He sends it to Webber. Great little cutout ball. And kicked through by Sam Dixon. So now Gatlin has to put a right foot to it. And it's down as far as Oteri Black. So the Steamers 5/8 will in turn send this one up in the Tauranga sun. And he's done well there, Bryn Gatlin. Hall looks away to the right, has a go himself. And now Taramai picks it up for Harbour. Dylan Hunt goes into play, halfback, the captain. And Turner, well, Roots it is, goes forward. And the penalty the way of North Harbour.
You must show me a clear release first to compete for the ball. So you got
a chance to relieve some pressure.
Pretty warm day today, Smithy. How important is the bench impact going to be, and when should both teams look to use it? Because I get the sense it's going to come down to them.
It's warm, all right, Jeff. Bay of Plenty have come well equipped. They got umbrellas on their bench. North Harbour have had to resort to wet towels and things down that end. So it is really, really warm. So we're going to see the impact of the bench here a little bit more too. So Vala's going to make his second entrance for Bay of Plenty. And big Ross Heldon Hayes in jersey 18 for try scorer Jeff Waits. So two changes in the front row there. Nothing from North Harbour at this point. And they'll leave it late, Kieran Kane, just like some of his racehorses.
Well, he's well rested from the fishing trip, Ross Heldon Hayes. What can he reel in for Bay of Plenty here? And that one is gone to Vela. And now Tahu Riorangi will send up the kick. Puts it over. That bounces awkwardly too for Awaki. He sends it in field for Stevenson. He tries to run through the Bay defence. There once more for Hall. And he wins a penalty again. Bay of Plenty pinged for not rolling.
16.
Yeah, not the first time where it's virtually impossible for the tackler to roll away when he's been pinned down, but that they know, you know, when you make a tackle, it's your responsibility to get out of there. North Harbour, once again, under pressure through the kicking game of Bay of Plenty, and their line-out needs to continue to operate and operate well.
Sorry, come off.
Right, changes North Harbour running on number 19. And that is Xavier Kauli Tuioti in 19, and also in jersey 20, Tim Sale. Turamai is gone. He's been a good ball carrier for them.
He's got some sort of engine, Smithy. I mean, I just watched him for a little bit where he's chasing kicks and getting himself on the line, putting his hand up to carry. And he is a big beast of a man. I think he's been impressive today. Surprised to see him go off.
18 last week for Murphy Taramai, second in the comp with carries. A good shift. And now Mikaeli Tu'u looks to get some gain line for North Harbour. Hall. Again, another good carry by the low numbers. This time they shift it away to the right. Little gets the ball away too, and that's with Cade Banks. Oh, big tackle on Teague McElroy, driven back. Cut out ball for Letiru Tolai. He runs into Joe Webber and co. And they're over the ball here, Bay of Plenty. Trying to counter, but still with Harbour. And their captain, again, great staunch attacking D by the Steamers. And they win the penalty as well. They've got North Harbour there, coming in off his feet against McElroy.
If you're going to compete, one shot and that's all.
Body language, Jeff, in sport, especially in big encounters, is such a crucial thing. He's actually looking at the posts here, believe it or not, Caleb Trask. He just considered that for a moment or two. That would have been around 60 metres. That's just as valuable because it gets them down towards the 22.
Yeah, I agree entirely. Just watch here. Great carry, but the job was done through the tackle.
Number two white, son.
And then, yep, that's an easy picture.
18 for... Looking in terms of substitutes, Jimmy Root's on in jersey 18.
Our mistake is number 3.
For number 3 it will be, yeah, so prop for prop. So Sione Mafaleo makes his way off.
Come on.
Big line out here for Bay of Plenty and Vela. And it's over the back as Carpet tries to clean up, does well. Dixon with it. Tauri Orangi. Oh, put down cold. Put down cold. Numbers away to the right. And North Harbour off the hook. That was Jordan Late.
How about the hunger from Karpik to get to that?
Yeah, outside. We just make note that outside.
Saw a bit of that hunger last night from a team. Got a result done. And I'll tell you what, you know, I said about teams getting tight. This is when it gets tight because your season's on the last 40 minutes. It's riding on what happens now. And so much of it comes down to numbers 16 to 23. The guys who have had to make impacts, and quite often they haven't had to go out and win games. They've just had to go and play because the result might have been done. Their responsibility is now, and that's half of the team, is to go out and win your place into the playoffs and protect your side from relegation.
We'll go again with the scrum. Well, North Harbour have what they need. They've got a bonus point, and they can get the win here. Hold on. And they'll go in.
Both you guys.
Bay of Plenty, of course, just need to win the game.
So we're hitting straight, please, not down.
Unbelievable, a team that could win 5 games won't get relegated. You win half your games in a competition and you won't get to survive. Remarkable.
Bind! Set!
Big scrum for Harbour. Oh, the shove comes on from Bay of Plenty. Hall under pressure. Gets the ball away. Stevenson again with that little dummy. He shows it. He goes. He gets the ball away too to Banks. And a good tackle. And who else? Joe Webber. Oh, big cutout ball. Bryn Gatlin now. Kick across field. Can he find his man? Oh, almost. And kept in play. Playing the advantage.
Advantage over. Play.
And some great skills on display there. Now Gatlin with a dummy steps back on the inside. And Narua tries to get over the ball. He's been in everything today. Now it's Kali Toyoti, Xavier. What a game of rugby this has been in Tauranga. Down the short side for North Harbour. Hall again. Oh, Tolai driven back. Some good defence from Bay of Plenty. And they win the penalty.
Number 1, entry.
Everyone's pointing at the posts.
Well, you talked about it, Smithy. That it looks as though that wind has been pretty constant through the course of this 65 minutes, and confident that he can make it. Caleb Trask will step up.
What I'm not happy with.
Just have a look at the offending here. Some great skills keeping the ball in play. Gee, they're pretty good at doing that these days. That's athletic. That's just sensational. And so's that.
That's good as well.
To keep your balance and force them into this era. There's a heck of a tackle there, wasn't it? Driving tackle underneath. Underneath took the legs out, and that was Chase Tiatia. Never stays out of the game long. So I guess the good thing here, Jeff, is if he does miss and it goes dead, they get a chance of getting the restart back to them anyway. He kicks it, they're in front.
Got to have a go. Got nothing to lose. You're right. Give it a whack and get it up in the air. How good and dangerous does Sean Stevenson look every single time he gets the ball?
Unbelievably. He looks a real athlete. I'd rather be kicking this in the 66th, Jeff, than the 79th.
I'm not sure I want it either, Don.
14 to go in Tauranga. Caleb Trask holding up and just short. So return downfield.
Oh, that's some sort of
kick.
With
a monster kick by Stevenson.
I'm not sure that was the plan, though, was it, Smithy?
No,
you want to kick it dead?
Well, he was so confident. They were so confident. He looked earlier at one, which was further back than that, but he never had the distance. Regan Rea on jersey 23 for Bay of Plenty, and that's for Narawa.
How's this for confidence? You're bringing on Lewis Joltima at halfback, taking off a Bryn Hall.
So the bench is rolling for both sides at the moment. Vella throws, and it's taken by Vanden Hoven. And off go Bay of Plenty once more. Oh, a little inside ball, beautiful, and it's away with the Steamers in the form of, out to Webber. Couldn't get it to him.
Ball was inside, Jeff, wasn't it?
Wow. Regan Ware straight through the hole.
Scrum, pass this forward, boys. Scrum.
And it was a danger man. So we'll take another look here, Goldie.
Yeah, burst through. And I think I think you're right. Well, I think North Harbour was scrambling and scrambling well, but that's some sort of impact. And we know Regan Ware on the 7th circuit, he's got some sort of engine, but he accelerated through the gap. They certainly have all the momentum, and you feel as though North Harbour are just holding on. But that's not to say they can't go and score, because that's been the nature of their game.
Big scrum last time from Bay of Plenty. Massive scrum.
Joltima feeds more heat from the Bay of Plenty Steamers at scrum time. And Roots toddies up, but it is back with Bay of Plenty. Tear. Away to Ware. Trask. Oh, good tackle. Had to be made from Mika Alitu'u. The Steamers come through to clean. Away again. Black. Tear shifting on. Dixon gets it out to Johnston. Tries to step back on the inside. Slips on the turf. And it is there, though, for Tauranga. Black away to Webber. Cut out ball. Out to Ware again. Look at him step on his feet. He's magic. Regan Ware still going. Shifts it on Tauranga. And away to Villa. Vintage Bay of Plenty. And it's all on in Tauranga.
Magnificent try. And that man, Regan Ware, he has come on, and every time, and it's just been a couple, he's got the ball in his hands, he's looked dangerous. Vella scores the try. Another tidy Smithy down the middle of the park. And that's getting yourself involved in the game. Just watch it here. Good pass to the outside, and then Ware, boom, off the right foot, boom again. Accelerates into the gap and then looks for support. Nice work from Tauranga, and Vella drives through the tackle and scores.
Yeah, outstanding. Outstanding support play running down the middle of the park there. They got it through. Thwaites earlier, and now Vella just being in the right place at the right time with the momentum. Good skills. He had a bit to do to finish that try, but the 2 right foot steps from Ware just blew them apart. Little was the first attempted defender, and he had no price. A little bit of a scuffle towards the end of it, which we don't need, but Dylan Hunt complaining about something.
I know it was started by then, but...
Oh, what an impact.
Yep, let's go.
From Regan Ware.
I think one of the points you made, Smithy, right at the very start of it was the scrum from Bay of Plenty, which put pressure on, and North Harbour weren't able to clear, and they turned it over, and that ignited the counter-attack. So that awareness, the fact that you talk about it when you're under pressure at scrum time, got to get it out and got to get it done quickly. All of a sudden now it's North Harbour who have the responsibility to chase the game in the last 10 minutes.
Trask sends it through. And all of a sudden, at Tauranga domain, it's the home side, Bay of Plenty, who lead North Harbour 34 points to 28. And at the moment, on target for a place in the semi-finals. Huge try to Vella. And as we said, put it down to the brilliance of Ware. Underway once more. Tia lines it up. He puts a left foot to it. And the ball goes out, midway 22, 10-metre mark.
Mindset's critical here, Smithy, isn't it? The fact that you can't just try and defend.
No.
If you're Bay of Plenty.
Well, you know, you've got a Stevenson, you've got someone like that who can bust the line. And that's what North Harbour have got to do now. They've got to pretty much play with ball in hand. Starts from this line out, get their set piece right, build with patience, and someone like a Stevenson to bust the gap.
Turner throws. That's at the back for Harbour. And Hunt will play half-back. And he gets it away to Jaltima, running down the short side. Still there for Hunt. Way now to Kali Toyoti. Hunt again, playing a bit at half-back. Now Bryn Gatlin tries to break through the Bay of Plenty line. Steamers coming through, yep. And they've got to be careful here.
Come around, then you're in an offside position.
He's got the man for offside and the penalty the way of Harbour.
So, just saw John Mayhew, the doctor, has been the doctor for obviously the Warriors, the All Blacks, and he pointed to the corner, all of his experience. And there's the kick and done. Now, Smithy, the big question is, can this unit be as good as the previous unit? So many substitutes.
Well, Latero Toloi, the end result, the beginning and the end result of the success is not on the park anymore. So that is Zane Turner in jersey 16 who has to find that sort of accuracy with what he's doing. He's the key player, the man's throwing it in.
Huge line out for Harbour. And they get it clean to the back too, Hunt. And they roll forward. It is with Turner. Looking to replicate the deeds of Lieutenant Toloi. Jaltima urges them forward. He's got it there, the halfback. Still going forward. Try scored! Well, let's see who comes up with it. And it is that man Turner getting the pats on the head. Well, how big is that for North Harbour in 2020?
That's remarkable, because their courage to continue to play through the maul when they'd had the once, and then they were almost held up for a second time, but they committed themselves to the drive, Smithy, and it worked for them. And you wonder whether or not Bay of Plenty relaxed.
Oh, the replacement halfback looked like he wanted the ball. It looked like he'd heard the referee saying that's one, and he wanted to get the ball, but the forwards knew better, and he was sucked into the whole procedure, so I guess he had a little bit of momentum to it as well. But to be fair, we've seen it so often, and you go back to Hilton Hayes and the penalty that he gave away, and Doc Mayhew's decision to kick for the corner. But all of a sudden it comes down to Bryn Gatlin again. Can he put Harbour's nose in front? And then what have we got left for the last 5 minutes? All sorts of discipline problems, etc. Refereeing decisions. It was huge.
I'm going to play no part in this kick. Quite often commentators get involved. It's all on him.
Posts a little bit wider at the top than they are at the crossbar level. He's got that in his favour.
Bryn Gatlin. There's a way to the left. He misses the conversion.
Oh, that is straight out pressure, nothing else. Straight out big match pressure. Kicks those in his sleep, Bryn Gatlin.
I reckon if it had been a drop goal, he would have made it.
Well, he might still have that chance, Jeff.
Yeah, right.
Scott Curry on in jersey 20 for Bay of Plenty.
Not a bad man to bring on, Scott Curry. 5 to go at Tauranga Domain. The Steamers leading by a point. It's enough to get them in the semi-finals. Trask gets us underway once more, and down as far as Stevenson. He puts a high boot to it again, and he brings play up inside the Steamers' half.
Now, I know there's, 4.5 minutes to go, but why would you kick it to the guy in the opposition who's got the biggest boot on the field? Kick it to somebody else. You're back in your own half now.
Who's in, boys?
Bay Plenty have got to keep playing. They can't just clock watch here. They must play football on the front foot.
They go up through Zane Capelli, Bay of Plenty. And a clean ball set here. At the back with Karpik. For some of these players today, both sides, the experienced campaigners, have been big. Tauriurangi sends it down to the left wing of Oaki. He fires in field again, and once more that step. And coming through, Webber. Nikali Tood as well to clean up there for North Harbour, but they're under pressure. And they'll look to set for an exit. Roots goes forward.
Stay behind.
Hunt again. Plays halfback for North Harbour. They come again through Sale. Now Joltima, Gatlin. Moving it down the right here through Tikoro Tuma. Trying to counter Bay of Plenty. Ethan Roots now waiting, Turner. 5 phases Harbour, they have to play the ball. They have to try and win this game, and it's away with Kali Tuioti. Steps up his right, the Bay of Plenty defence take care of him, and they win the penalty. They talk about moments in big games.
O'Terry Black.
Probably one of the smallest members on the park. Could have played hero just then. The captain put it on the line. What a wonderful line, but sometimes separation means you have no support, and it's a great tackle from Trask. The 2 playmakers, 10 and 15, get the job done. They can punch it deep into North Harbour territory as the Water Boys come from everywhere.
Well, that is just sensational, desperate defence. What a break. We've seen a yawning gap there, and Bay of Plenty's defence has been pretty good throughout the afternoon in midfield in particular. They've been strong. Chase Tia's done a terrific job. The stuffing knocked out of him, O'Terry Black. Got plenty of time to sort this next 2.5 minutes out. There is no hurry. It's that important.
Well, a long time. O'Terry Black, Manawatu made the move to Bay of Plenty. A great acquisition for the Steamers. And how big was that play, as Smithy said? And how big will this game be too? Next in Christchurch, Canterbury against Auckland. Auckland top of the table. Canterbury trying to stave off relegation.
When you talk about playoff Sunday, and this is what it essentially is, it's playoff Sunday, and these 2 teams have come out and 21-0. North Harbour in complete control, and then Bay of Plenty score 15 unanswered. And momentum goes back and forward. I wonder if that's the boat Ross Haldenhace was on. The Kingfisher.
Well, this has to go out. It's Trask kicking it. Black's still not 100%. And the accuracy at line-out time has to be right there. And, Jeff, you wouldn't imagine it'll go too wide if they get it.
And the slowest wander ever to a line-out. But you're right, I'd imagine. And the challenge here is the Bay of Plenty. If you're going to hold on to it, if you're taking it into contact as support players, you must stay on your feet.
Let's go.
Just over 2 minutes to go in Tauranga. Fella throws, and Capelli takes. They roll forward, and rolling towards, at the moment, a semi-final. They've got the advantage. They've got Harbour for collapsing. Tauriurangi. Kick across to the left. Waiting out there is Black. Oh, a little ball around the back to Joe Webber. Brilliant from Black. And they bring him to ground. They will come back for a penalty. This could be a big moment.
I think Black's out on the wing, Jeff, because he's got nothing left. He's had the stuffing knocked out of him with that turnover. So Trask has gone in to be the key playmaker in that pivotal role. And that was very accurate, wasn't it? And they were riding on advantage.
Yeah, when you're under advantage, all of a sudden, yeah, last minute of the game, future's on the line in this competition. Now we'll go around the back. Why not? You know, bit of razzle-dazzle. I think that's just to avoid contact, to be fair, Smithy.
I think you're right. My ribs are a bit sore, but
yeah.
Here we go. This will be, what, a minute to line this up, and it'll still give North Harbour a chance at a Hail Mary.
I love this. Outstanding. Because Richard Kelly said, you're mucking around, so I've stopped the clock. So whenever you're ready. So there is a disadvantage if you do obviously do that. So time's going to go back on now. And most important thing, Smithy, if he misses it, it has to go dead. How often do you see these hit the post?
If we can nail this kind of Trask, Harbour would need a try. He's done it! Caleb Trask kicks his most important goal of the season, and it's Bay of Plenty 37-33 over Harbour.
Now the restart. Who's going to get it for blue and gold? Who's going to claim it?
Make sure they stay on.
Shallow kick, hangs high. It's taken. Vanden Hoven. Seconds remain at Tauranga domain. There's the hooter. Tahuti Urangi gets it back. Appropriately to Trask. And the game is over. Bay of Plenty into the semi-finals.
An outstanding performance. After getting behind by 21 points early, they have completed a remarkable turnaround, and they will move on to the playoffs of the Mitre 10 Cup Premiership for 2000.